So, what makes a great hat? Is it the style, the craftsmanship, or the attitude of the person who wears it? It's doubtful that there is any other piece of clothing that carries the mystique or glamour of a well-made hat. For centuries, dozens of hat styles have come and gone, while a select few remain popular even after 150 years or more. But the real magic of a hat? It's the person standing under it. For centuries, hats have carried a mystique, a glamour that transcends time. From the rugged rancher to the urban sophisticate, each hat tells a story. In the heart of nature, a hat becomes more than an accessory. It's a symbol of adventure, freedom, and connection to the land. Whether it's a wide-brimmed sun hat or a classic fedora, the right hat complements the spirit of the wearer, enhancing their journey through life. And remember, it's all in the attitude that sits beneath the hat. As the day comes to a close, the hat remains a steadfast companion, a reflection of individuality and style. And just like you, no two handmade custom hats are alike. Each one is unique. Want to change your perspective? Try putting on a hat. It might just make you smile. Want to alter how people look at you? Put on a hat. Before we roll on, if you get anything out of this video, please like, subscribe, and share. It costs nothing and really helps us out with Mr. YouTube. Everyone has some sort of hat, if nothing else, a baseball cap for a quick trip to the store. But we're not talking about a throwaway hat. Today we're discussing a good hat that sees through all of life's adventures. You will find wide-brimmed custom hats everywhere, in saloons, on archaeological digs, and in the mountains where protection from the weather is crucial. Most everyone has some kind of hat, but today we're talking about a hat for life's real adventures. So what makes a good hat a great hat? People have asked that question for centuries, and milliners have worked hard for hundreds of years to find the right recipe to make the perfect hat body. For the last 25 years, the lastbestwest has been making some of the finest custom cowboy hats and dress hats in the world. Like all good hat makers, the lastbestwest buys the rough hat bodies from a USA factory that makes the finest available. Then they work their magic to build world-class cowboy and dress hats. Most people go looking for a good hat for a specific reason. Good wide-brim hats can be broken down into two broad categories: fashion hats and working hats.
Tell you a story about hats. So I had a horse, and I decided I should get a hat. So I found a hat that looked pretty good, and so I bought it. I was out with my horse in the rain. That poor hat was never the same after that. I called the hatter, and he said, well, you didn't wear it in the rain, did you? So I got on the internet and gave myself a crash course on hats, and I found a place called the lastbestwest. This is one of their pieces of work right here. It's been dropped in the mud and stepped on by horses and kicked around and shown no respect at all. I think this lastbestwest hat is going to be lasting me for a long time. So if you want a hat that's a tool and not just a fashion statement, then get yourself a good hat.
Furfelt fashion hats look great with jeans or a good suit of clothes. Other style fashion hats are made from inexpensive fabrics and worn casually. Furfelt fashion hats are hats you'd wear with a good suit of clothes or an evening dress. But to a baseball game? Absolutely. Typically, furfelt hats are made from wool and/or rabbit. They're mixed with felt and are very soft to the touch. But can a fashion hat be a working hat? Of course, but it's not meant to be worn in heavy weather day after day. So when it falls apart or becomes misshapen, don't be surprised. So what is a working hat? Working hats are worn in all weather conditions by folks who spend a lot of time outdoors. A good all-season, all-weather hat will typically have a brim 3.5 to 4 inches wide, but the brim could be as wide as 5 inches on a good custom hat. The wider the brim, the more shade for your face, neck, and eyes, as well as protection from driving rain or a blizzard. The best working hats are made from beaverfurfelt, as it's naturally water repellent. So what makes beaverfurfelt so good? Well, beavers live in the water. Beaverfurfelt is beaver and/or rabbit fur mixed with felt to produce a material that lasts 5 to 10 times longer than wool felt. Beavers have hair that is barbed at the end like a fish hook, and because of this, the beaver hair hooks tightly during the felting process, making the hat body naturally strong and stiff. A good working hat is as much a tool as your shoes, gloves, or coat. A fine beaver and beaver blend fur felt hat can be reworked and shaped numerous times. It's the gold standard from which to manufacture quality working hats. Very few online retailers tell you what their fur felt is made of. Chances are, if they describe it as fur felt, it's rabbit or hare. Hat makers are proud of their beaverfurfelt hats. There are typically 3 or more different blends of beaverfurfelt: 5X, 20X, and 100X. 5X is a blend of about 5% beaver with rabbit and felt. 20X is 50% beaver, and 100X is pure 100% beaverfurfelt. For an all-weather hat, it's hard to beat a pure beaver cowboy hat. Light, stiff, and fabulous looking, it'll shed whatever comes its way. So what's the difference between a fashion and a working hat? To begin with, there are 2 weights of fur felt hats: dress weight and western weight. Dress weight is 4.5 ounces, while western weight hats are 8 ounces. A quality working hat will be made from western weight fur felt because it stands up to continued heavy wear. Light and stiff, pure beaver hats are made for bad weather. Another key to a well-made hat is the dyeing process. The difference? Quality hats will be dye fast. Hats of low quality could leave you with a real mess. And sometimes you'll even see people wearing plastic covers over their hats when it's raining. Not a pretty sight. Mass-produced cowboy and dress hats are generally not dye fast. For a top-of-the-line working hat, you want to buy from a boutique hatter and be prepared to wait up to 7 months for your hat. A good working hat or dress hat can range in price from $400 upwards of $2,000 if you want the best of the best. You get what you pay for in life, and while a beaverfurfelt hat is not cheap, with care it will last as long as you want it to. So go out and find your perfect hat. Happy trails!